Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. I am in Los Angeles. I have flown all the way to be here to meet this beautiful soul. Someone whose YouTube channel I have been watching before I even had my own YouTube channel. This is Aileen from Lavendaire. Now, how would you explain your channel?
So my channel, I would say, is about lifestyle design and personal growth. It's all about how you can create your dream life.
When I watch your videos, it's like a breath of fresh air. You add so much value to my life, and you have been such an important source of inspiration and motivation. I actually found your channel when I was going through a really dark phase or patch in my life, and I discovered you through the movement of minimalism, which is something that
it was huge for me as well.
Really?
Yeah.
For me, it was like a medicine. It actually helped to heal my soul and get me through all the thick, dark, fog in my life. So I am so honored to be here, not only to meet you, but also to have this conversation around you and minimalism and your journey with minimalism and what it means to you.
Yeah. I think it's evolved a little bit, but originally my major minimalism journey started with the book, The Life-Changing Magic of Tidying Up by Marie Kondo. And during that time, my life it felt like it was a mess. Nothing was right, and physically my room was a mess. I had too many things. My family tends to hoard little things that we don't need.
Yes.
To me, that was normal. That I just took it as...
You didn't know any better.
Exactly, I didn't know any better. And after reading that book, I tidied through all of the areas of my life, starting with my clothes, to my books, to just miscellaneous stuff. And I really felt a shift. Yeah. You feel a physical shift when
breakthrough.
Exactly. I guess for somehow getting rid of your physical things also gets rid of mental space, and it brings new energy into your life that really changes everything.
You clear blocks and you open up the space for more meaningful things to flow in.
I think a lot of it was about learning how to be more intentional with life, because that's the key of minimalism, being intentional about what you bring into your life, the things you keep into your life. And I think before discovering minimalism, I lived my life kind of on default. The things that were there, and the people that were in my life were just there because they were convenient.
Yes.
But after minimalism, it was more oh no, I choose to have this in my life because I want it there. And I think that's a huge shift in thinking, and you can apply it to every other aspect of your life too, with your relationships, fitness, food that you eat, right?
Well, that was what I was, initially I think people fall into minimalism and it's the surface level stuff. So it's the decluttering of your wardrobe in your home, but then you can go deeper with it, and that's I love that you said it's evolved, it's changed, because that's the journey of minimalism. As you do that, you want to explore it more, you want to go deeper with it, and it can you can then apply it, as you said, into your social circles. Your the food that you put in your body, the way that you exercise. Can you share with me how you've gone deeper with your minimalism journey?
I think for me it's more fun to apply the minimalist idea into the other areas of my life, because I'll take a look at my relationships, which relationships matter more to me. That's when I realized, I should probably talk to my mom more, call her more, things like that. You decide which friends to keep in touch with. I think the older you get, the harder it is to keep in touch with friends.
Yes,
you have to be more you have to be more intentional about making plans to have this dinner date with this person. So thinking about that. Also with food, I think minimalism kind of goes hand in hand with eating healthier and cleaner for some reason, right? Because maybe you want to put into your body the whole foods rather than those processed foods that have all these chemicals that we don't know about. I consider exactly. I consider that clutter as well. So right? Does that make sense?
Yeah, I hadn't thought about it that way.
Because really cool. Like I said before, I kind of ate whatever was convenient, like a frozen pizza or things like that. And then with minimalism, being more intentional about what to bring into your life, oh no, I should eat a whole more fruits and veggies, things that are better for my body, because and
they're going to give you more energy.
Exactly.
And when you have more energy, you've got more time to put into the things that you love the most. Okay, how do you deal with the challenges of minimalism?
There's a few challenges. I think for me in the beginning, I struggled with finding that line between what is minimalism, what is going overboard, or being too strict with myself.
Yeah.
Because I shared my minimalism journey on YouTube, you get a lot of judgment from people.
Yes.
Because people think that in order to be a minimalist, you have to have like 2 pairs of shoes.
Yes,
and
yes. Oh my goodness.
Right.
Yeah.
Only wear
and
black and white.
And you're not authentically minimalist.
There's this kind of stereotype where there really is like minimalism looks different for each person.
Yes. Yeah.
And like each person has different interests. Like some people, if you love books, like I'm not gonna ask you to get rid of all your books because you genuinely love them.
Yeah.
And then for me, I think it had to do with like clothes and fashion, because I actually love fashion and expressing myself with clothes and colorful clothes. And I had to get through my own personal block, because I would be strict on myself, like, oh, I can't. I have to get rid of all my clothes, and I can't want to have fashionable things.
Yeah, it's
but then
like
deep down, exactly, I
and
feel a little shamed
Yeah.
for wanting to buy like a nice bag or something.
And there's nothing wrong with it.
Exactly, so I had to get over that.
Yeah, well, that's why I have this like buy what you love, value, use, and appreciate, because it means you can still honor your desires and needs without feeling ashamed, because it's getting rid of the excess.
Yes.
Yeah.
Another part that's a challenge is, like, my life never looks perfect. No one's life looks perfect. Physically, I mean, like, my apartment gets messy too. Sometimes. And I think before I would be hard on myself, like, oh, I talk about minimalism and yet my home is a mess sometimes. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I think it's understanding that in reality, it's never perfect. It's always like a journey, and it's always like going up and down.
Exactly. And you're human, and you're living. So, and to live, we do need to create mess, and sometimes it's actually like happy mess, because when you see like a messy kitchen, it's because you've cooked a beautiful meal.
That's true.
And that is perfectly fine. That's not going against minimalism at all. You know, and when we cook a meal, we're sort of connecting with ourselves and often other people around us. So yeah, it's such an interesting journey. And also, I had the same issue with people saying you're not really a minimalist, look at your home. And I was like, well, everyone's journey is different with minimalism, and you know, that person. Some people may have looked at my home before I started minimalism and say, you're not a clutter, you don't have clutter, you're not a hoarder. Like, what are you talking about? It's pretty simple. Like, so people's journeys show up in different ways and to different extremes. You might go from someone who's a huge hoarder to being an extreme minimalist, but then someone might only have a small and subtle change. But it's what that individual person gets from that change or that change or that change.
Yeah, it doesn't matter how big of a change it is. I think the most important thing is you feel good about your life. Yeah. That you're happy with the choices that you're making.
All right, so to finish off this video, can you share with me how you now feel incorporating minimalism into your life?
You know, it helps me because now when I shop, I'm more intentional about it. I don't just buy things because they're on sale, or I don't buy things that I don't need. It's more like I'm better at, you know, organizing what comes into my life and what doesn't come into my life. But in that way,
so you have more control.
I have more control with the things in my life. And I think moving forward, it helps me. Like this year I moved into a new apartment, and shopping for new furniture or new kitchenware, I made sure that, okay, I'm only going to buy what I need or what I absolutely love. I'm not going to have extra plates and dishes when there's only 2 people living in our apartment. So I limited to 4 bowls, 4 plates, 4 forks, and that's just because that's what works for me, and I don't want dishes to pile up. So you know, if we use up the 4,
you have to wash them.
Yeah, we have to wash them. Yeah.
I have the same philosophy in my house. I have like mine's 8 because I've got my son and Tom, and so we have a maximum of 8 of everything, and that's it. We don't need any more. Enough to have people over for dinner, and enough to like get through a couple of days. Well, look, thank you so much for spending the time with me and meeting with me. Everyone, I will link Lavendaire's channel in the video description box below. Definitely go and head over there. Sit back, get yourself a cup of tea or coffee and relax, because her videos are airy and dreamy, and you just can't help but watch another one and then another one and another one. So definitely you're going to absolutely love Aileen's channel. Alright everyone, if you haven't subscribed already, please do, and I will see you next week for Money Monday. Ciao.
Bye.